Okay. Other than that, okay. When we were discussing problems, right, the other problems could be the financial constraints, mismanagement at port activities, lack of technical knowledge, lack of experts and trained personnel. That also you can write as the problems, right? Those are basically the hindrances in order for in the development of this sea transport system, right? So I was about to discuss, sorry, rather the development that have been made at Karachi port, right? So number one, if I'll discuss the development, that is flyover bridges have been constructed which connect and bypass the port to reduce traffic congestion in the port area, right? Earlier we never used to have that, especially bypass and the proper constructed road network. Only at once only was there. So due to that, due to huge traffic congestion, the easy access to the commodities were it was very difficult earlier, right? But now alhamdulillah, due to the establishment of flyover and all these bridges, right, it has been reduced the traffic congestion, right? And then another development is the reconstruction of berths to handle increasing volume of cargo, then provision of navigational aid and radars, like for example radar system is also being established in order to for the navigation system, right? And then the provision of equipment to keep the port safe from pollution and oil spills. But I think in this regard we have to work a lot, right? These developments are not I think they're not enough, especially in order to uh, um, clean your environment. So we should have some more environmental protection law and enforcement should be there in order to control oil spillage and all from
Uh,
ships,
Miss,
right? Mhm.
in developments, there would be radar and navigation system or bypasses or flyover bridges or
And then improvement and expansion of storage facilities at both east and west wharfs, right? It should be there. It is there, right? That is also one of the developments. And then the container terminals at the West Wharf, to modernize cargo handling is also there, right? It has been initiated, but again, as I told you, we need to go far more ahead, because we are not, if we compare with the other developed world, we are not too equipped in terms of technology and all, right? So we should work upon it, right?
Miss, can you
And
repeat
then
that point? जिसमें reconstruction.
reconstruction of reconstruction of berths to handle increasing volume of cargo, right? Berths are the places whether your ship anchored, right, like wharfs, right? And then where the loading and unloading is taken place, right? And for the movement of people also, right?
To increase
And
the
then so that should be more, right? So the other one is improvement if taking place in following areas like Port of Karachi, right? That's a city center. And then Karachi International Container Terminal is also there, right? And then we have Pakistan International Container Terminal, Port Qasim, right? That is East Karachi, Sindh. And Port of Pasni is also there, Balochistan, and Port of Gwadar. So these all are the development. If I'll, very good example is Gawada. That is the recent development. It is functional. We are doing trade from not only from Karachi port, from Gawada port is also being used. That is again, you can add this as a development. It's a huge development, right? Um so due to that also the solutions could be the job opportunities for especially for the local people of that particular area of Balochistan, that would be increased, right? So and the question could be asked, beta, if other than that I am done with this seaport and all, the question could be asked to you all, why was the Port Qasim built, right? Why was the need of that Port Qasim was there, right? So the Port Qasim earlier it was built to reduce the burden on Karachi port, right? Because earlier only we had Karachi port, then Port Qasim was established, right? And The raw material from Pakistan steel mill, that also the Port Qasim was used to get the raw material for steel, Karachi steel, Pakistan steel mill, right? Then to create more job opportunities, to improve the foreign trade, to earn the valuable foreign exchange, to provide again port facilities to landlocked countries also, right? That also could be one of the reasons, right? So now let's continue for the next. In this beta, we will be studying about the dry port. Now, we all know about the seaport, right? What is seaport? What is the use of the seaport and all, right? Now, let's discuss about dry port, right? What is dry port? Let's write down the definition first. I'm dictating the definition, and one more definition is already written right in front of you on the screen. May I begin? Okay, let's write the definition. I'm dictating, beta. Inland, inland intermodal terminal, intermodal, INTERMODEL, inland intermodal terminal, directly connected by road or railway to a seaport, directly connected by a road or railway to a seaport,
Inland intermodal terminal.
directly connected by road or railway to a seaport, and operating as a center for the transshipment and I'm repeating again, and operating as a center for the transshipment
Miss, can you repeat?
and operating as a center for the transshipment of sea cargo to the inland destination, sea cargo to the inland destinations. For example, Faisalabad, Lahore, Quetta, Peshawar, Sialkot, Multan, Hyderabad, and Rawalpindi. I'm repeating this definition again. I'm repeating this definition again. Inland intermodal terminal directly connected by road or railway to a seaport and operating as a center for the transshipment of sea cargo to the inland destinations. For example, Faisalabad, Lahore, Quetta, Peshawar, Sialkot, Multan, Multan, Rawalpindi, Hyderabad. I think yes, right? Okay. So, beta, what is a dry port? Basically, dry port is usually constructed away from the seaports, right? Where you have inland cities are there. For example, Punjab area and all, right? Right, which does not have any connection with seaport, right? Sea, right? Seas and ocean sides, right? So there we establish dry ports, right? In order to ease the transportation of your trade goods, right? For example, if the examples that I gave you, Faisalabad, right? Cotton Textile Center, right? Lahore, and Lahore, we do have Surgical Instrument Center. Then we have Sialkot, Multan, right? We do have studied these all, right? They have these all Sialkot for Sports Goods Center. These all cities they have their Hyderabad for again Cotton Textile Center. They all have their importance. So they do manufacture the trade goods that need to be exported, right? to different countries. So but they don't have these cities, they don't have any connection to seas and oceans, so there we establish the dry port. So the main purpose of the dry port is to reduce the burden on existing seaport, right, and create more job opportunities and increase the efficiency of the seaports to create another mode of transport. Smooth collection of revenue, reduce the pressure on importers and exporters to stimulate trade activity, right? So that is what the purpose or main purpose of the drive, right? It facilitates and lessens the burden on seaports, right? So all the documentation that is that is done for on seaport, it is being handled, the cargo and everything is handled on dry port, right?
Miss,
In
can
order
you repeat
to,
the purpose of dry port?
yes, I will repeat. uh, so the main purpose is it facilitates and lessens the burden on seaport, right? And then other purposes, as I have discussed, to reduce the burden on existing seaports, right? Create job opportunities, increase the efficiency of seaport, and to create another mode of transportation, smooth collection of revenue, and reduce the pressure on importers and exporters, to stimulate the trade activity and all, right? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, let's discuss the functions of dry port. Functions number one is that export material reaches on the dry port, right? That is one of the functions that is being done. Uh, uh, so export material is being handled on these dry ports. Then, if I'll give you example, for example, wait, let me refer the page also, beta. The page number 205, figure 11.6, it shows the functionality on the dry port. How does the things get transported to the seaport? So the number one point is the export material, it reaches to the dry port from different areas, like from any part of the city of the country, right? It reaches to these dry port, like dry port of Faisalabad, Lahore, Quetta, Peshawar, and Sialkot. On the nearby dry port area, it reaches to that area. Then the checking is done. Checking of that particular material is being done. Export material is done on dry port itself. Then other third process, clearance from the custom, that is being done. All the paperwork is being done here on the dry ports, right? Then the next step is store. That the storage is being done for that particular export material, that is being stored, right? Or you must say it is being loaded, right? Then after that, the transportation through road or rail network of that particular export material is, it is done to the seaport. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? Yes, is it clear?
Miss,
Huh?
the paperwork is done over here, but then the export or the import is taking place in the seaport.
On seaport, yes, right. Okay, because beta, that is how, because earlier they, when we don't have in the past the dry ports, that system was not established in Pakistan. तो आपके एक्सपोर्टर को सी पोर्ट पे जाना पड़ता था. सो फॉर दैट द टाइम, द वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम, जितना टाइम वो that could have been used for the further manufacturing and production, it could, the people, they used to waste it on seaports and all. They used to take a lot of, because the seaport, it takes a lot of time to, if you want to export something to any other country, right? For a lot of documentation takes place in those areas. So that dry port is just an that's what I said, it's an intermodal terminal, right? Which provides all the facilities that could have been provided on the seaports to the, for that inland area especially. Let's discuss um, um, the importance of dry ports, right? As I have mentioned in the purpose also, it lessens the burden on seaport, right? It reduces the seaport burden, right? And then Second, it's the smooth collection of revenue. It provides a smooth collection of revenue, right? And then third one, it provides hassle-free transportation of cargo or goods from their manufactured area to the seaport, right? I'm repeating this importance again. It provides hassle-free transportation of cargo or goods from their manufactured area to seaport. Then the fourth next is the stimulate trade activities in the areas which are free from the sea, right? So it creates the opportunity in those areas, the trade opportunities in those areas which don't those are far from seas, right? Far from port area, right? So the more and more which enhances the more trade activities within Pakistan, more manufacturing could take place, industrialization could take place, right? With the help of that, just because of that tripod again, and job opportunities also, that one of the importance that the local people of that particular area, those are residing nearby that dry port and all these areas, they get more jobs in that area definitely, and which can definitely increase your standard of living in that particular area, right? Because these all dry ports are well connected through road or railway network. They should have the good connections through by rail or rail network and road network, because they are supposed to transport their export goods to seaport. So easy access is mandatory in that area. Okay. Is anything else you need to ask?
Miss, can you repeat the importance?
Importance, beta, as I have mentioned, it reduces the workload at Karachi Port and Port Qasim, in order to speed up the checking and clearance of cargo. Right, that is one of the importance, or aim also, that you will say, right? Aims and importance, it is almost same. And then it helps the government in smooth collection of revenue, and it reduces the pressure on exporters and importers by providing hassle-free transportation of cargo from their production point to the seaport directly. And then to stimulate foreign trade activities in those cities which are far from the seaports, right? Okay, the question could be asked, list down some of the infrastructure facilities that could have been established uh, near on dry port, right? So the answer would be number one, the highly efficient rail transport network, as I've said, right? With container service should be there to carry your bulk cargo, right, to the seaport. Then efficient managerial system should be there. Then huge storage sheds and open areas should be there for storage purposes and all. And then refrigeration facilities for perishable items like fruits and vegetable, it also should be there. And then definitely the road network, right, for easy access to the seaport, that also should be there. Okay. Now here we have an example of CPAP, right? Again, we do have one dry port there near the border of at Khunjra Pass. We do have a dry port there also, where all the loading and unloading of cargo, it is being done on that Khunjra Pass dry port, right? And because the containers, they do come from China, and we do rely on China on different modes of commodities right. तो हम बहुत सा सामान लेते हैं चाइना से, so that dry port, it helps a lot in order to ease the provide the trade facilities. Then
Miss, can
seaport,
you show the first slide?
this one.
इससे भी पहले.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And then again, it's a strategic and economic trade route for Pakistan also, right? And then development of infrastructure is also there. It connects all the provinces, development of Fatah, KPK, and Balochistan, job opportunities and all, right? Uh, because we do rely on China, we have very good relationship with China, right? a foreign relationship with China. So easy accessibility to again, China also gets benefited. It is getting benefited from Pakistan, right? Because Pakistan, it is providing easy access to Middle East country, to Afghanistan, and they can export their goods to these areas, right? And then they can for defense purposes also, for trade purposes also. We have the strategic location for China especially, right? But we do get benefited. Our people, local people are getting job opportunities. Our trade is getting enhanced, right? Our infrastructure facilities are enhanced due to that CPEC project and all, right? So that was it from my side. Wait.